much will it go? Nobody knows. Torí tó ń ṣe falafolo. Ọgbà salary week láwà. Ìgbéraga week. Gbéra rẹ̀ sánlẹ̀ láìpẹ́. Eat little and save more. Ayé tá ń jẹ chicken kọ́ la wà yìí mọ́. Ayé shawarma kọ́ mọ́. Ayé ice cream kọ́. Mú gààrí. Jẹ pọ̀nmọ́. Gbàgbé táwọn doctor sọ pé kò ní nutritional value. Kí ló fẹ́ nutritional value pẹ̀lú kíní?
Mú gààrí, jẹ pọ̀nmọ́, Celia.
Yes.
Thank you.
So one let me Madam Egbe.
No, that's the rule. No, let me tell you how it works. Celia,
Yeah.
hang on. The way it works, right? The moment I say thank you, even if you have something to add as well, right? You will now have to wait. Okay. So if you still
I had 5 minutes. I thought I had 5 minutes.
Yes, we've already spent about 7 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. We follow the rules. Okay, bye guys. Thank you.
You have a good one, okay? That's Celia, ladies and gentlemen. So, and that's one thing about it too, okay? Now let's sort of go to other parliamentarians, okay? Now it's the same rule, all right? If you, for 5 minutes can go so fast, than you can imagine, okay? But the moment I say thank you, and you still have something to say and all that, there's no rush, no pressure. Just hold it, okay? We'll come back to you, and then you can easily say that before you leave, okay? So let me go to Sawata Ochio, and I'm coming back to you, Sir Maxwell, by the way. I know you have a lot you want to add to that, yours too. Meanwhile, I've got some new parliamentarians who have joined us as well. Okay, let's manage the time, and it can go around, and all of us can enjoy this tonight and learn too. Make it worth it. So I've got, Sir Walter, you're going to go next now, okay? So, and I'm going to take on the Word of God Outreach TV, sir. You will go after Sir Walter. Sometimes I mix them up, but please help me. You know who you are going after, please. All right? So after Sir Walter, we're going to speak to Pola Penga. My brother, good to see your face. So also, Sir Festel or Chief Festor, you are going to go after Penga, sir. Then I've got a bet. And Naomi. Don't worry, I know you are muted. But don't worry, you are going to go after Mandala. So now that simply means that Ahmed is going to be the one to yield the microphone to any new entrants. Please help me remember this. It helps a lot, okay? And if any one of us actually drops out somehow before another person finishes presenting, we'll bring them back, and indeed we can slot them back on their own main slot, okay? So let's meanwhile, Sekou, I had to keep you to watch this instead of allowing you to go on and probably sit back now. You see, I appreciate this just like everyone else as well, all right? And that's why tonight we're not doing it the usual way. Speak and leave. If you have something you still want to add, you can stay back, and then we'll come back to you. So let's take it to the next one. Sawata, your shot, sir.
Okay. Good evening, Mike. Good evening, everyone in the house. I hope I'm audible. I think I'll just take a different angle compared to what the other speakers have said. Okay, I have 5 minutes. I will just start out with one of the last videos you showed us about Shan George, where she complained about losing about 3.6 million naira, to one scam or the other. I mean, I sympathize with her, but unfortunately hers is just one of many, which is just a representation of what the Nigerian system has suddenly become. To get by now, it's pretty much you have to rob Peter to people, or rob people to have to get by, to have your way, so to speak. It's really a very, very sad one, but then it is what it is. Michael, please, regarding the demolition that happened, I think it was Mendy. I wonder, I don't think it was an Igbo person's building or buildings that got affected, right? I think it's the shege was spread around, right?
Like everybody who is a landlord there. It's the voice of they are like Igbo, Yoruba, or Arabi, of course.
Okay. So what you have been saying all this while is pretty much being manifested, which is the fact that, all these guys who were saying, no, Igbos should leave this and that, that and this, you did say that after they have sent us Igbos away from maybe Lagos State or maybe from Yoruba land, the others who are also Yorubas or similar close to Yorubas as well will start getting affected. And a similar thing is happening, which just epitomizes the greed of the ruling class in Nigeria. They really don't care. It's not a case of a religion or tribe, or it's their own clique. If you don't belong to their clique, you will get kicked out. And this is something that we expect to keep going forward. Your question there, whether we still what's it called now, invest in Lagos real estate. I begin to wonder if people still think about doing that, really, when you see what is happening, because these guys will keep grabbing lands. I think my family was also a victim of something like that. My dad bought a land sometime in the past in Aja, I believe, years ago, spent so much money on it, in the hope that later in life, some 10, 20 years or thereabouts, he would be able to get good return on investment when he intends to sell it off. It was grabbed off him. He went to court. For several years, he was in the courts, obviously against Jagaban now. Nothing. It was as bad as, he was going to courts day by day, day by day, day by day, to the point that he got broke. He couldn't pay the lawyer to keep going. So what he then suggested was, okay, you know what? Since I can't pay you, lawyer, go and do the case on your own with your own money. If we win the case, you take 3/4 of the land. That's what he had to let go of. 3/4 of the value of the land. He offered it to the lawyer. Unfortunately, even that didn't work. I think they began to threaten the lives of, I think, both the lawyer and my dad, and then they just had to hands off entirely. So all those years of investment, all the monies that he was hoping to have gotten, the return on investment he was hoping to have gotten, all that just poof, smokes, went up in smokes. It's really unfortunate, really. Me, I would always advise people, forget about investing in Lagos states. If you have something you can do in your village, in your own hometown or something, it's preferable you go on and do it over there. Last thing, I think I have 1 more minute, is the fact that you did say that, not that you did say, it was what was said. When this guy, Tunde Onokoya, the chess master guy,
Yes.
who was able to, do a marathon chess game and all that, and he was able to get funds. I find it very surprising that Sonweku suggested to him that he would help him. I think there was something he said that he would help out, whether he was going to do something to help out in rehabilitation. I can't recall exactly.
I'll help you repress it and you get your 1 minute back, okay? This is what I said.
Please.
Sawata, this is what I said. Tunde was raising money to send poor kids who are out of school back to school to give them education. So he did a marathon chess in New York and he raised a lot of money. So it now became a sensation that Sanwo-Iku decided to host him. And Sanwo-Iku now said, Lagos state government is going to partner with Tunde to make sure that children get education. And I'm like, what? But yeah, go on.
That's just the irony of life. Honestly, the irony of life. This is supposed to have been his responsibility as a governor, as a government. And then you say, it's just like my father refuses to feed me, yet he has the means to feed me. Then my uncle comes and says, okay, you know what? I'm going to feed your children today. And then my father says, okay, you know what? I'll take you to the restaurant where you will feed my children. That's the height of ineptitude, and it's unfortunate that we keep recycling these types of people year in, year out, day by day, and still no hope. It's really unfortunate. Thank you very much for my 1 minute, for my full time, my ego. Have a good one, everyone.
And yourself too. It's such a pleasure hearing from you as well. To everybody who is here, so everyone who is here to speak, okay, remember, you can choose your own topic And if you look at your screen, because you are in the studio with me, you can see the timing on your screen too, okay? You can time yourself, you know, the moment you start speaking, okay? Now let's quickly take it to, again, I'm coming to others, especially everyone who is like at the bottom line of the chamber. Let's go to the Word of God Outreach TV. Sir, please.
Hello, Mayogun, good evening, and good evening to all the parliament.
Good evening. I cannot hear you,
Can
sir. Go on.
everybody? Okay. I want to go with Mr. Sekou, who analyzed what the real issue is. And it's a fact, because the West are already losing Niger, Mali, Senegal, and Co. They're already losing it. So for them not to lose the West African side of it, they will rather go to war. It's true what Mr. Sekou is saying. And that is why they need Nigeria to make their base. It's not about whether they want to get mineral resources or so on. No, it's about war with Russia and China, because they're already losing all this East Africa. So for them not to lose the West African side of it, they need Nigeria to put their base to people. As somebody said, I think it's Sekou or Mayogun said, they're preparing for war. Yeah, it's true, they're really preparing for war. They're preparing for war. And they will do anything to make sure that Russia and China don't take over the West African side of it. And if it is war that they're going to use to retain that side of the West African side of it, they are ready. They are ready to go to war for it. So I want everybody to know that. Let us put that. What Sekou said is actually fact. Some of us who have been following world event politics, both in the biblical terms, we know what is going on in the world. And we know they are going to use, if what was going to break out, is going to start from Africa. It's going to start from Africa. So for them not to lose the West African side, they've already lose the East Africa. You are talking about Senegal, Mali, Gabon, and which other country that? Guinea, yeah, they've already lost it. Now, for them not to lose the other side of West African side, for them not to lose that side, if they are going to lose that, they are going to go to war for it. Thank you, Sekou, for what you have said. It's really true what you have said. And God bless you. Thank you all and good night.
Thank you so much, Word of God. Yours is to add your voice to the opposition by stating what it simply means. It's not in our interest. God bless you, sir. So we will let the parliamentarian to be excused. Now let's go downward now, where I think at this point we have Paula Peng. My dear brother, you too, like others, you can choose what you want to talk about, okay? And indeed, you also have 5 minutes. Please. I'm going to, I might need to unmute you. Okay, yeah, you're unmuted now. Go ahead.
Thank you so much, my good general. Good evening from here. And good evening to the very good people of this great platform, Temple of Truth. Yeah, I have so many topics, but because of the time, we just have to cut it piece by piece. You know, one thing I want to say first is, Mayogun, let's start by, Nigerians now, are we going to abide by living with the high cost of living? Are there plans for things to fall back like it were before? Or Nigerians now, the poor masses who have no people speaking for them, are we now going to abide in living with that high cost of living in Nigeria? Or are there plans for things to fall back like it were before? because I have been thinking about this. I don't know if Nigeria government or maybe the present or the past government, they know what they have done to Nigerians. I know 2015, before Buhari took over, I know how things were in the market. I'm talking for the people, for the masses, because I know how it is. I know how it is when you have family, when you have children, before when you have parents, you have people to cater for, your children to feed, to pay their fees, you know. So right now, look at how things have become. 2015, at least we can buy rice 16,000, one bag of rice, you know. But right now, bag of rice is 80,000, the same size, the same quality, and nobody is speaking about all these things. Look at fuel. There are a lot of things to say. I can't say things the way they are the way I feel, because things are. Yeah.
Thank you so much, right? But you still do have another 2 minutes, by the way. If there's any other thing you want to add to that, short.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, my good general. Yeah, I will speak for Nigerians living in UAE, Dubai. I want to speak for Nigerians living in UAE, Dubai also, because we are passing through a lot. You know, I'm a victim. I'm a victim of Nigeria living in UAE life, not just like maybe as per se, maybe someone told me this is life. I live here. Nigerians living in UAE, we are suffering. Nobody cares about people living here. You know, they play politics with people's life. We don't have job, we don't have visas. And do you know the funniest part of it, my good general? Do you know that they block Nigerian visa, but they still give visa to ladies for prostitution? They came here with visa. They came here to do runs. Yeah. You know, yeah, they do it. It still happen. Meanwhile, people live here with family, with children. They cannot be able to go to work, but they give visas to a lady for prostitution. Dubai government do it here. It's still happening. You can make verification. Yeah, please. I have things to say, but the thing is too much. People are going through hell. You know, my mind is made up. I don't know. I want to appeal to the people of this great platform. If there's a way they can take me, I'm here. I want to just go back home. I can start from scratch. Yeah, we'll start from scratch. Because things are happening here. People are taking their life in Dubai by their own. They kill themselves, commit suicide. People are committing suicide. People are going to jail because they snatch gold, they snatch purse, just broad daylight because they are hungry, they are starving. People are sleeping outside. If you go to Mall of Emirates or Dubai Mall, you see people sleeping outside the streets. These are Nigerians, Uganda. Our government don't speak to us. They don't speak for us. When this happened to Pakistani in UAE, they always block their visa whenever they're having any celebration. Like UAE having any celebration that we go around, they will block Pakistani visa because of suicide bombing. They have a lot of bad history. But whenever they block their visa ban in UAE, their government come out to speak for them. But look at Nigeria, nobody's speaking for us. It's going to 4 years now. Our savings are gone. Even people take loan, the loans are gone. Our Buhari came here, I don't know what they meet, but Tinubu have come here now and he met with, Tinubu came to Dubai to speak for people in Dubai, Nigerians suffering here, but he brought people from back home, he brought people from Nigeria, and they were in one hall. But Tinubu said that he want to address Nigerians living in Dubai. But the same people that Tinubu brought from Nigeria were the people he was speaking with. These were the people he was addressing, not people living in Dubai, not who is suffering. They don't know how we are feeling here. They don't know, my general. They don't know how we are feeling. I have a lot of things to say. If I have 5-10 minutes more, I will break everything down. Honestly speaking.
You have it, my dear brother, okay? Let's go to others, and then if you are still with us, okay, and we'll still have that time I could give you an okay, that we can say anything else that you have right there on your mind, by the way. So to everyone that's Pulapenga, that this platform reached out from this same issue. Again, hanging there, hanging there. So I am going to go to the other parliamentarians. And again, because I know the conversation around this military base and the danger it poses, not an immediate danger, but a future danger that is imminent. That's why I'm going to keep Sir Vine Maxwell, as well as Sekou, who is going to further share his own views on the geopolitics behind all of this. Okay, so if you want to criticize or if you want to possibly speak about this out there, this helps you to at least have some real points in your line of argument when you go out there. That, and you know, the more people are aware of this, I mean, the more the possibility of maybe restraining Tinubu and his gang from exploiting their own greed and pushing us to wherever this may be. Or maybe we can see it from another point of view without throwing the entire baby and water out. That's why I'm keeping Saoluke with us as well, okay? Because he's seen some other positive things that some of us are possibly just not like, no. So it makes it balance, okay? But we are here to hear from the likes of the African Wahala, Ahmed, as well as Safestos. So we go to Safestos now.
Good afternoon, Michael. Good afternoon, parliamentarians, and good afternoon to all.
I think we have a sound coming from somewhere. Where is that? Could that be you, sir?
Okay, I will get off and I'll come back.
Okay. I will let you. Let's go to Ahmed. Why you sort that? There's a sound playing out, okay? So Ahmed, could you please, as usual, you know how we do it, okay? You can choose your own topic. It doesn't have to be what everyone is speaking about. Whatever you think we should. Ahmed, your own time starts now as well.
They say Oroponle, be we cover, be me, so yesterday I wanted to call him, but when I was watching that program, I just left off. So I was very tired. Basically, I was listening to the conversation about the US trying to open a base in Nigeria. Well, to me, somehow it's a blessing, somehow it's a curse. And I'll tell you the two parts. The blessing, let me start with the blessing, or let me start with the curse. Like, the curse would be based on what everyone has said. Colonization is coming back, this, that, everybody have their own point of view, which is normal. Reactions is normal because we've seen what's happening in the rest of the world where Americans are military are. I won't say much, my Goshen law.
I know how you are.
Yeah, so but I mean I'll just chip in some things with style.
You understand. Can you hear me, Ahmed?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Great. Just one sec, okay? I want to say this to our viewers, all right? Mind you, in case if you're watching this at home and somehow this conversation is overlapping, this is not us speaking over one another, okay? Remember, people are connected to this program from all over the place, and we just have to make use of the technology, what this brings to us, all right? So the reason why you have to listen to Ahmed with a serious attention is because Ahmed is a U.S. Military officer himself, okay? So he could possibly tell us without ignoring the obvious existential inefficiency of Nigeria and those around it too. Or he could possibly give us a better insight into things we don't know about the American troops abroad. He's been abroad himself. Please, Ahmed.
So, as I was saying, Marigun, like America would love to maintain the world power, as the, hey, excuse me, go. Ejema Binu, go. They want to maintain the world power continuously, being everywhere, making their presence being felt and stuff like that. And I haven't been Europe, tour in Europe, about 5 countries actually. I've seen different things and I've met with different soldiers from different part of Europe, and I've seen stuffs that, you know, we know what they are doing is basically for their own the Western world is just for their own interest. But when we come to Africa, we know what it is. We know what they are up to. But again, only time will tell. I don't want to go deep into that because there's some information you wouldn't like to put out there for some reasons. But the blessing I would like to emphasize on is if the US base ever comes to Nigeria, I think this is the right time for the Nigerian soldiers. I'm not talking about the officers. I'm talking about the soldiers to calm down, relax, take a look, study, and see how the soldiers are being treated. Then probably, like African Wahala's background says, mental slavery. That mental slavery in this military section will be eradicated, will be taken out. Because I go open, they go see a lot of things. They will see things that they have not really enjoyed being in the military, because they would have the opportunity to engage soldiers from there and they would understand how the military works. And probably from there, the revolution we all been talking about will start right from there. Not the officers, but the soldiers. Because the officers always looking at, one day I will be a general, I will be in this social position, and I will be able to also loot and take whatever I need to take. That is the only thing, the only advice I think I would have for any soldier that is able, like if your opportunity to come across this and this ever comes to life, this ever happens, this is the time for you guys to liberate yourselves. Because you as a soldier who is being paid 50,000 naira, less than 23 or $30 after every 30 days, bro, you need to look at it like, what are you working for? And you're laying down your life to serve a country that doesn't give a shit about you, whereby you have people who only focus is how to loot you dry, take advantage of you, but yet you'll be the one that will be degraded. They will harass you, they will do all sorts of things, and you are serving a country, a so-called country,